Next week. One's full of construction equipment, the other one's full of store merchandise. But they got to be delivered at a certain time, certain day next week. So what we're going to do now is get the containers out of the shipping terminal and bring it back to our terminal so they're ready to go at a moment's notice. At least that's the plan. Everything's been going really smooth today. We went home yesterday, the yard was empty. I think there was like 17 containers in the yard. Came in this morning, I think they pulled somewhere around 19 containers last night. So the yard was up and running. The warehouse had come in at 12 o'clock last night. And yeah, everything's back to normal. Only got slow for a day. But because it was slow for a day, a lot of people think that's an excuse to take Friday off. So it's been a really easy day so far. Let's get this chassis pre-tripped. And then I'll go online to check my hours for the week. I try not to do that because it makes me feel tired all the time. But I did it this morning for some reason. And I've only worked 3 days this week, but I came to work and it was 28 hours. So that's like 4 hours too much. And now we're going to work another 9-10 hour day. Looks like the tires are good to go. Lights look good. I didn't check these tires. Yeah, we're good. As long as they're inflated. So now we'll go search for a 20-foot container. Once we find it, we'll augate it, take it back to our terminal. Store it someplace in the yard there. And then come back and do the same thing one more time. Real easy runs. I think I found the container. 823125. The red one. There comes the loader. This is what I call perfect timing. some kind of tile product. One job, they were bringing in some type of exotic stone. They were making patios for it. Place out on the North Shore. Outdoor amphitheater. It's a guy that owned one of the big movie companies on the island. Not movie companies, theater companies. Where you go to watch the movies. One of the larger theater companies on the island. He built this estate out on the North Shore. And we did a lot of heavy loads. Marble statues. The stone, every time we bring it in, that outgate that we just went through on the foreign trade zone, when you go through that, they have radiation detectors built into the structure, and we would set off those radiation detectors every time we went through that stone because I guess it absorbed. It's pretty stuff, but they say it's got an isotope in there that sets off the sensors. The alarms would go off. Customs and Border Protection, which is right there, would come out with their little Geiger counter. Check the container. One of the more interesting runs we used to do. Of course, then taking it up to the job site was fun too because it was a really steep switchback road. 2 lanes, but you had to take up both lanes in order to make the switchbacks. You had to be in like my truck, it was 4th gear. In order to make the incline, otherwise you get stuck. So now we'll make our way around the harbor here, around the downtown Honolulu area. Our federal building is this big building here on the right. All your federal agencies are in there. The railroad's going to take when they do this section of the railroad. The railroad from end to end is going to be 20 miles long. So far they've completed 15 miles. But it's this last 5 miles that comes through this downtown area that is going to be a real challenge to finish. There's always infrastructure construction going on all through this area. Nothing's been built yet. They're just trying to fix it so that when they do bring the rail through, all the infrastructure has been put in place already. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. The rail was in the news today because they turned over the first phase of the rail project to the state today, and hopefully within a couple of weeks it'll be up and running. stadium. It's like halfway for my commute. I'd be able to get on and ride it for 3 miles. And I'd have to take a bus the rest of the way. I could take the bus to work right now. It'd probably take me twice as long to get to work, but it would cost me half as much. Not quite half. Gasoline now for me is around $4.36 a gallon. I get 12 miles a gallon. I live 12 miles from work. So whatever the cost of gas is how much it costs me to go to work each day. How much to go to work. The rail is going to cost $3. It's a little less expensive. I'd save $1.40 each way. But again, it would take me twice as long, if not 3 times as long. drop this and then head back and do it all over again. It's 11:20. That's it. I'm going to shut it down. 2:15. I'm missing my phone. Out of here by 2:30. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movements. We drove 97 miles. I'm in a hurry to get moving here so we can beat the Friday afternoon rush hour traffic. All in all, pretty good day. No complaints. Went smooth. Most interesting run was a load out of the shipping terminal down to the Campbell Industrial area to a crane and rigging company, and it was a 2-container movement. Me and another co-worker did it, but it was the new printing presses for our newspaper. They're inside a container. They got to bring them out and then take it down to the newspaper and get them installed. But they're big, long, 30-foot long pieces of machinery. That's what they do. They move stuff that nobody else can move. I was hanging out in their yard looking at some of these cranes, man. It's like, wow, this crane costs over $1 million, I guarantee it. And it just sits here most of the time, probably, waiting for that job to come along that needs $1 million crane. A lot of equipment. And that was just one of them. There was like at least 5 or 6 big, huge cranes in their yard. We did this job a few years back for one of the tower crane companies where they were clearing their yard so that it could be, this is part of the stimulus program. The yard was originally a lumber yard where they treated lumber, and I guess there were chemicals in the soil. So we moved all the cranes out of the yard. They scraped off 5 feet of soil, treated it, put it right back in the same place, and then we moved all the cranes back. And I think we moved 14 cranes, tower cranes. So not just one piece. Each tower crane was made up of, like, I don't know, 12 pieces. And so we had to move it down to the yard. That job went on for weeks, man. And these guys came in from Seattle, the riggers, and all they wanted to do, they wanted to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And so we had to find drivers that wanted to do that. But now we gotta find the phone, head on home. I got fish on the mind. I saw some asparagus in the fridge last night, and ever since I saw it, I'm thinking of fish. So that's what's for dinner tonight. Fish with asparagus and a salad. Thanks for watching this week.